Well, good evening. Welcome to the official reception celebrating the 20th anniversary since the foundation of Polish City Club in London. I'm very proud that so many of you have joined us tonight and that you decided to spend your evening, I'm sure you're all very busy people, here at Salters Hall with PCC. The opening speech was actually meant to be given by a co-founder, one of the co-founders of Polish City Club and the former president, Roxana Ciurysek-Gedir. Unfortunately, Roxana, due to circumstances beyond her control, couldn't be here tonight. But she did ask me to deliver the remarks that she wrote and was meant to speak to you directly. After that, I will hand over to His Excellency Ambassador Piotr Wilczek. Thank you very much, Ambassador, for being here with us, who will address all the participants, all of us here tonight. We also are very, very honored to have John Studziński, a great friend, I think I can say that, of Polish City Club, join us tonight as well, and John will share his thoughts and comments that I'm sure you will find very thought-provoking and funny as well. So, let me begin by delivering the speech that Roxana was meant to deliver here tonight. So here it goes. Ladies and gentlemen, dear guests, and members of the Polish City Club, it is with great regret that I cannot be with you in person tonight to celebrate such a special milestone, the 20th anniversary of the Polish City Club, which I have the honor of co-founding and served as president in the past. Although I'm not physically there, or here, for us, I'm delighted to be the strategic sponsor of the evening celebration, and thanks to the wonders of Zoom, and if Dorota is here in the room, that's exactly what she wrote. It's not Teams, unfortunately, it is Zoom. I'll be joining you for the nuclear panel tomorrow, so you won't get rid of me that easily. I want to take a moment to express my gratitude to all my co-founders. Justyna Jackow, who's here in the room. Thank you, Justyna, for being here. Radek Iling and Piotr Grześkiewicz, who unfortunately cannot be here tonight. Piotr Michalik, who is here. Those 5 people co-founded the Polish City Club with the help, at the very beginning, of another very special person that is here with us tonight. More on that a bit later, and that is Prime Minister Jan Krzysztof Bielecki. Thank you, Prime Minister, for being here tonight and tomorrow with us as well. Thank you very much. Back to Roxana's speech. Together, we had a vision of creating a space where Polish professionals could connect, share ideas, and make a real impact. And look at us now. 20 years later, we're still standing strong, and that's something to celebrate. Special thanks, of course, and by the way, I did not insert it into her speech, this is her words, to Rafal Libera, our current president, for his leadership and energy. Rafał, you must be doing something right. No one has tried to replace you yet, so keep up the good work. Now, and here we go. There's one person who truly deserves a special mention, Mr. Jan Krzysztof Bielecki. Without his amazing support and wisdom, the Polish City Club might still be just an idea that we talk about over coffee. His role in making this a reality is something we are deeply grateful for. Thank you, Mr. Bielecki, again. And that goes for the founders, co-founders of Polish City Club, as well as the current executive team, and all of us at PCC. Thank you for your drive and your ability to spearhead at the very beginning the founding of our organization. Thank you. As we celebrate this milestone, it's incredible to think about where we started 20 years ago. Back then, we had big dreams, and now the Polish City Club is a vibrant, thriving community. It just shows what we can achieve when we come together, share a sense of purpose, and let's be honest, have a bit of fun along the way. And that's what this party here tonight is about as well. Before I close, I have some exciting news to share, hot off the press. The first Ukrainian school in Poland has just won the World's Best School Prize for Overcoming Adversity for this year, 2024. It's the first Polish school ever to win this prestigious award, which was established after the COVID pandemic in 2022 by T4 Education to honor schools making a significant impact on their communities. The winners, including this incredible school, will share an award of $50,000. I'm honored to serve as one of the judges for this prize. The school, founded in March 2022, now serves 1,500 Ukrainian refugee children in Poland. It's an extraordinary example of resilience and dedication, and I couldn't be prouder of this achievement. I would like to ask all of you to help spread this message. While I can't be here in person tonight, know that I'm raising a virtual glass of champagne from afar. Let's keep building on this legacy, pushing boundaries, and continuing to make a lasting impact. Thank you, enjoy the evening, and I see some of you virtually tomorrow. Roxana Ciurysa-Gedir. Thank you. So that was speech of Roxana, as read by me. I'm sure she would have done a better job. But over now to Ambassador Piotr Wilczek for his remarks. Thank you. Ambassador, over to you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, John. It was really touching and thought-provoking, as was expected. And thank you again for being here with us. I think that painting is quite fine. I think Jakub did something creative there and moved part of it a bit higher. But this actually brings me to a quite an important point, and I'll mention it in a moment. I'll be brief, only speak for a few minutes before dinner is served. But there is a reason why there are paintings here, quite a few, and we are very, again, honored to have the artists with us tonight. Before I go there, I have a number of additional things I wanted to give. I just need to make this screen work again, so you can see, again, who's actually, who are our sponsors and partners who enabled this evening to come to pass. And I would like to thank Possible X, which is the company founded by Roxana, we've already heard from through me, as well as Columbus Private, which is an organization run by Piotr Augustyniak, and I believe we have here Piotr. Thank you for your support. Which is a growing and a buoyant organization based in Switzerland, but very much now present in the UK market. So these are two very generous sponsors that enable us to put this party together here in Salters Hall. I would like to also acknowledge, apart from the co-founders, the other former presidents, apart from Roxana, Justyna, and Piotr, who I've already mentioned, of Polish City Club. And that is Dorota Zimnoch, who you also hear from tomorrow. As you might have already put two and two together, Dorota works for Microsoft. Thank you for also your tenure as president of Polish City Club, which actually led to the creation of PCC Paris, which we are also fortunate to have representatives of tonight. Eva Bouvier, the president of PCC Paris, along with Eva Delany, who's also here with us. Welcome to London, and really glad you could be here. We also have Daniel Stachowiak, another former president of Polish City Club. Welcome, Daniel. Aneta Buchert is also here tonight. Thank you. And my immediate predecessor, Jakub Molski, who was former president of the Polish City Club London, but now, and this is part of our 20th anniversary celebration, we have formed, under Jakub's leadership, and launched earlier this year PCC Warsaw, a club for people who lived, worked, studied in the UK, were close to PCC in London, and now move back to Poland. And this is quite a big community, a growing community, who share this experience and who share fondness for the UK, for London, but also fondness for staying in touch. And as John mentioned, being together, really not taking that community for granted and making it grow and keeping it strong. So Jakub, thank you on that front. I'm sure PCC Warsaw is going to go from strength to strength. We also have very distinguished guests from Poland who've come here tonight, C-level executives of Polish companies who will be tomorrow. You'll be able to hear from them and have a conversation with them tonight, as well as tomorrow during the conference. Too many to name all, but thank you very much for being here. I also like to thank, for being with us, the chairman of Czech British Chamber of Commerce, David Major. Thank you, David, for being here as well. And we have a representative of the Lithuanian City of London Club, Laurinas, who is there. Thank you very much. This event definitely wouldn't be put together so nicely without the wonderful team that I'm very grateful for at the board of Polish City Club, who made it all happen, and their hard work over the last few months enabled it to come to pass, as I said. And I'd like to name Janusz Kizieniewicz, Magda Kowalik, Martyna Polak-Ross, Roch Głowacki, Dawid Szymanek, and last but not least, Łukasz Żydkowski. And we also, and that comes back to the point I was making earlier, have the president of Ukrainian British Chamber City Club, Irina Tymczyszyn, who I'm sure you still remember made a very powerful speech when we held a party to commemorate Professor Zbigniew Pełczyński, which happened to be a few days after the full-scale Russian invasion on Ukraine in 2022. If I'm not mistaken, that was also one of the first engagement of Ambassador Wilczek when he came from Washington, where he was previously ambassador, here to London. And that was a speech that still resonates with all of us. And as Polish City Club, we definitely want to make sure that things that we do engage with, that things that we care about are not some passing interest, are not something that only keeps us enthusiastic and interested for a short while, but actually we follow up and we keep going and we keep that cooperation with the other clubs that I've just mentioned, and especially with Ukrainian British City Club. And that is why we have the wonderful exhibition, which you can all enjoy today, of renowned Ukrainian artist Serhiy Savchenko, who is also here with us tonight. Thank you very much, Serhiy, for being here. The exhibition is titled Restless Time, and as John mentioned in his speech, indeed these are restless times, and any proceeds from the sale of the paintings, and there are folders located in the lobby, will go to a charitable organization also co-run by Mr. Savchenko, which helps soldiers held in the conflict in Ukraine. So very, very worthy cause and a very good way to stay engaged and keep engaged. We might wonder why we've chose this venue, Soldiers Hall, or what does it have to do with Polish City Club? I joked earlier that it's because I live 5 minutes from here, so I don't have to struggle through the traffic and just walk across the road and make it on time to this party. I also thought, this when I first visited, it's a very nice venue, but then I got a bit apprehensive because I don't know if you've noticed, but if you look at the carpet, it might remind you of a certain Stanley Kubrick film that was located in a hotel in the mountains during winter. So this is the hexagon, which you might remember from The Shining. So I was kind of a bit apprehensive, but then got through that because Salters, salt of the earth, PCC, salt of the earth, sounded like a nice slogan to engage with during the promotion of this event. But it does sound a bit tacky, even though I'm sure you did find quite impressive the big blocks of salt that are located over there in the lobby again, which might remind you of the Wieliczka salt mine that I'm sure 90 or 95% of people here visited. But actually, the reason it's here is because it's a story of renewal. Soldiers Hall was destroyed during the Blitz. It didn't survive the bombings and was rebuilt in this new brutalist style. Some could say even better than what it used to be. All the other livery companies do have pretty much traditional listed buildings that are in a particular style. This one stands out. And it stands out because it shows the power of reinvention, the power of rebuilding from the ground up your community, the ability of future generations to pass on the torch and to keep the community going. And that definitely has parallels, although we have a much shorter story of history, with PCC and passing of the torch with all the people, between all the people I've just mentioned. There was a reason why all the people that used to found, then ran and co-created Polish City Club are mentioned in my speech. So that was one reason of this building. The other is, the structure which you might not see, it's the London Wall. This is the London Wall address. London Wall is an old Roman times wall, which was then rebuilt and rebuilt again and built on top of through the War of the Roses in various periods of the history of London. But what does it signify? Well, why does it stand out? Well, I think it's exactly the same story that we are gathering here to talk about and to keep alive today, which is engaging with new members of Polish City Club, making sure that people who were there at the very beginning stay engaged and stay connected with the new members, keep the organization, mentor people, and again, the power of two, as John said, with mentorship going both ways, and really building the blocks of a durable, resilient community. And a durable, resilient community also requires diversity. And that's why, as Polish City Club progressed, as it grew, it became more diverse. And I believe today we are more diverse than ever. We're not a club of a particular profession, we are a club of many professions. We are a club of people of Polish origin who are first generation, second generation. We are a club who go out to engage in the British society and also keep in touch with all the other clubs and societies I've just mentioned, as well as with the Polish communities in France, in Poland, and making sure that we are keeping those connections alive. When the last anniversary happened in 2019, and that was at the Polish embassy 5 years ago, as some of you have been there, it was a completely different world. It was before COVID. It was before the full-scale invasion of Russia against Ukraine. And you might say that everything changed. But I believe that some things stay the same, remain the same. Values that guide us stay the same. We stay together, be it through supporting Ukraine and its people in our initiatives, cooperating with our friends and partners from other organizations, and making sure that we keep the flame going even after the first hype, the first enthusiasm, universal mobilization has passed. So we need to make sure that, like the London Wall we can see outside, we build on top the new layer of Polish City Club as we grow further beyond the 20 years and beyond the next 20 years, because structures like the wall, like organizations, can crumble, especially if there is no succession plan in place. Succession is a famous word in Poland, I think, at the moment. I don't believe we have any members of Polsat Group in the room. I'm just checking. Excellent. It's impossible to keep the same momentum all the time, and we need to reinvent ourselves. And that's why we're collaborating with different organizations to bring fresh blood into the organization, to keep those connections stronger and to create new ones. So looking back over the last 20 years, we sort of had 4 stages, I think. The formative years, where people came to the UK and wanted to be together, and so eloquently Piotr was talking about it in his interview with TVP World, because Piotr has been in the UK for many decades now and remembers that first influx of Poles in 2004 coming into the UK. Obviously that's when the Polish City Club was formed. So sticking together, being together. Then stage 2, wanting to be seen, getting noticed, being, hey, I'm here, we want to be part of this society. Third stage, bringing people in, exactly making the connections which I just mentioned. And stage 4, which I believe we are at now, and we want to progress and want to make sure it becomes a bigger part of PCC's story in this year and the years in the future, years to come, to be the guide for others, to influence others, through collaborations with the other organizations I mentioned, also outside our organizations, to being a part of that edifice of British society, but also of Polish society, even though we do not live in Poland permanently, or most of us don't, at the moment. So that's what I think we should today celebrate, that we went through that journey, arrived at this point, and this is by no means the end of the story. It only has just begun, as has this evening. So with that, I would like to thank you all for sticking with us, for coming here, and would like to invite you for dinner. Thank you very much. Have a great evening.